Humans exist. Humans need food. Now humans try to secure food, but the other human takes it instead. So the first human learns from it and is prepared for the next time the other human tries to take the food away from him. He picks up a rock and throws at him. Congratulations, you've just invented warfare. But the other human learned from the pelting of rocks and comes up with a better idea. Sticks. Rocks can only be thrown so far, he says. Sticks are far more aerodynamic and immune to atmospheric friction with less drag coefficient. He doesn't say that, of course, because humans didn't know about such complex fluid dynamics yet. But he gets the idea. Sticks go far, rocks fall early. So the stick human now is superior the next time they get in a fight. The rock human gets an even better idea. What if, he says, rocks and sticks come together and form a spear? Congratulations, you've just invented the Stone Age. Sometime later, as warfare in its infancy continues, humans find out sticks can bend. What if rope made from plant fiber can be attached to stick, and another stick with a pointy end from a rock attached to it can be catapulted with the help of the stick's tension as it bends? We have a bow and arrow now. Times have changed. The people still fighting with stones and sticks are unaware of the new state-of-the-art bow and arrow, developed most likely through communal efforts, as some level of social cooperation is required for it. The tribes with this technology are mostly thriving and will thrive for the next thousands of years, until a group of people stumble across something truly revolutionary: bronze. A mixture of tin and copper, this new substance is far more stronger and durable than any bow and arrow ever made. The tribe that's first to capitalize on this would survive. The bronze arms race has begun. Some cultures develop arrows made of bronze, some make it extremely sharp and call it a dagger. There are also other tribal departments without access to bronze, innovating with bows and arrows. They just develop a sling. It works just like a bow but without the stick part. Congratulations, we're officially into the Bronze Age. More years pass and people find out you can use bronze as a reflective material to protect your body from bows and daggers. Now we have bronze armors. Some people come up with an idea. What if slingshot was made to be much bigger? Catapults. Now we can destroy city walls. As all that pesky development is going on though, another group of people stumble across an even stronger and more durable material: iron. Now every existing weapon can be upgraded to be even stronger. Oh, and we also have swords now, as iron is a lot less brittle and doesn't easily break under pressure like bronze does. The meta of the game has come to such a state now that only tactical and strategic superiority can guarantee victory, so armies form. A lot of battles happen. Some guys conquer the world as well. A few hundred years pass and as societies develop and have access to more resources, they develop a very early form of gun: crossbows. It's more like a bow but with some iron modifications. Some guy just applies the same formula of much bigger slingshots to crossbows. With fire. Now we have cannons. Welcome to the medieval age. Wars for at least the next 1,000 years will be fought with catapults, cannons, crossbows, and of course not to mention swords. A lot of iconic battles and conquests unfold this way. One guy even makes ships walk across land. Another guy tries to conquer the world and is slightly more successful than the previous one. There are several slaughters after which a new era begins. Gunpowder empires. Some guy just found out that if they use this powder in cannons and crossbows with the Pringles box attached to it, they can make iron balls go fast and far. Actually, gunpowder was invented much earlier in 142 AD in China, but I didn't count it back then because it was not in widespread use, just like almost every other weapon in this video. Well, anyways, the gunpowder empires used gunpowder to expand their territories, and Europe at the same time was becoming a fertile ground for something that's about to be truly revolutionary: the Industrial Revolution. We're in the early modern age now. Navies are one of the most dominant forms of warfare. Next to, of course, the good old land army formation and all that marching and stuff. Most of the ships in the navies are equipped with massive cannons. As the industrial development gets hold of Europe with the invention of steam engines and huge machines, Gunpowder can now be mass-produced. So can guns and cannons. Oh, and we also have a thing called rifle now. Basically a lot of iron balls in very less amount of time. We have now officially entered the industrial era. Rifles, grenades, and horses. These are the staple and standard military equipments. Oh, and a guy just almost conquered all of Europe. The revolution is also making it possible for other aspects of society to develop, which in turn is helping mass produce more weapons and also coming up with some concerning inventions, like this strange flying concoction by two brothers. But that's a story for later. For now, we have these heavy machines. They're called tanks. And these even heavier machines, they're called trains. Trains and tanks help immensely with the logistics in war. So the dominant powers build tracks all around the world. Navies are equally important, so the dominant powers also build ports all around the world. We now have power superior in land, with trains supplying weapons and resources to foot armies, and superior in sea, with massive ships supplying resources and weapons to, well, armies on foot. Except remember the two brothers coming up with the weird flying concoction? Yeah, it's not looking great for the powers dominant in land and sea. Italy now has the world's first air force, and they're fully motivated to standardize the use of these flying machines in warfare. With large bombs attached to its wings, these new machines can destroy anything from far above in the sky. We are officially in the modern age, World War I, World War II. And somewhere in between that, a bunch of scientists come together and mix some weird chemicals, resulting in this and this. Warfare has officially entered unprecedented charters. From sticks and stones to whatever tomfoolery this is. The growth driven by prior revolution is so unimaginable that there are a bunch of different fields inventing new stuff, like this completely alien looking stealth fighter. The game is just overkill now, and everyone is infinitely ahead of each other. Oh, and warfare has also reached the near-Earth orbit, so now there are so many variables involved that it's practically impossible to predict what may happen if the next World War does break out. Everything is just insanely complex, but thankfully there were people who saw that and forced some other people to sign this paper and a bunch of other papers, through which the world is much more safer than what a categorical look at our warfare capabilities may indicate. But hey, that doesn't matter as long as you have that stick and rock, because we'll probably be returning to fighting with it in case the next World War breaks out. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and you can always unsubscribe later if you don't enjoy my content in the future. Thank you so much for watching.